Dave is still on a French kick. I'm eyeing up a good-looking Citroen DS that's had its roof cut off.
It is actually quite a nice car, but it's not a genuine soft-top car. But then a genuine soft-top car is big money, you know. If it fell into the category of what we would regard here as, you know, a proper car, nice thing, you know, very little in the way of restoration, you know, 95% genuine, then you'd burst through 100,000. So in comparison to that, you know, 50, 60, sort of half price.
The Citroen DS was designed by a sculptor in collaboration with an aero engineer. Innovative, futuristic, oh so French. Its beauty recognised in a poll that put it third in the car of the last century category. The convertible version of the DS was the dreamchild of renowned Parisian coach builder Henri Chaperon, who was commissioned by Citroën to make the DS Décapotable. The decapitated car was stunning. It was massively strengthened in the middle, very expensive to make, and in 11 years of production, Citroën made just 1,300 of them. It's thought only 6 factory right-hand drive models remain, so they're worth a small fortune. That means a saloon well made into a convertible is an option, but be very careful. It's not as simple as just chopping the roof off.
The trouble is, when they're not exactly what they should be, when they don't tick every box, you've got some hurdles to get over, really, you know. And sometimes the fact that it's half the price of a genuine one, you would think, when you're talking these figures, you would think would do it, wouldn't you? But sometimes even that still isn't enough. So if it started life as a saloon car and now has been, you know, converted into a roadster, that's where your loss is. But pretty car, very pretty. 1972 Citroen DS. Oh, what a machine. There we go. What a lovely creation this has been. Where are we going to go with this one? You tell me. Well, I can't start much lower than 40k though, Will. I'll go a little bit lower. I'll go maybe 38, but I can't start much lower than that. 38, probably is the cheapest in the universe at 38. Look at that. I think that's extremely good value for money. But no, I can't pull rabbits out of hats, as I say, so if you've got some interest in that, you'll have to have a word with the team in the office, but thank you anyway.
And that is what happened. A deal was done, and the very stylish decapitated DS was on its way.
You know when things are unusual, and that sometimes makes them very saleable, or not saleable at all. You know, when you're asking that sort of money and then, well, it'll need some recommissioning and like, so it's, well, it did drive here, but, you know, there's those things that do make you worry, don't they?
I fancied something French, and I'd not seen this one until maybe a week before the auction. Walked into the second building and there it was in the middle, and it was just a wow moment. Oh my gosh.
The car with the wow factor was the 1972 Citroen DS convertible.
It's like a piece of jewellery. It was just shining and sparkly, and it was just asking me to take it home.
New owner, Elliot Burley, did take the car home, had a bit of bother with the engine, and it's wound up here in Barnet with specialist DS restorer Jamie Piggott.
We've pulled it apart and found the minor engine problem has been sort of quite an interesting find.
What's the minor engine problem?
It's dropped a valve and gone kaput, or kablooey, or kablam.
It's knackered.
It's knackered. Bad things have happened to the engine. Possibly head gasket's gone. This particular year, that the engine is, not the car, they've got sodium-filled exhaust valves. It's this little thing here, which really shouldn't be there. Water coming into the engine, it cools the valve head and it can't take the difference in temperature and just cracks, drops off straight into the combustion chamber. probably made a horrific noise until it's eventually split the piston. So the engine is actually technically seized. Hey, hello.
Oh, it's nice to meet you at last.
Finally. How are you doing?
That's not mine, is it?
It is.
Oh, my God.
But it's not that bad.
Oh, wow.
We got to the bottom of what your little mystery noise was. This is the valve.
Right.
The valve has dropped, and that's been clattering up and down, and it's actually cracked the piston across there. But loads of other things, like these are the cam followers, and they're absolutely knackered. Evidence that the engine itself is quite high mileage.
So the car doesn't look like it's done hundreds of thousands of miles, though, does it?
The car's 60-year-old. The engine could have been rebuilt twice. The car's been rebuilt 3 or 4 times.
So this was going to happen anyway, no matter what?
That's incredibly unlucky.
I've currently got 2 Rolls Royces, a 1956 Cloud and a late year 2000 Corniche 5. I sent that off last year to have the bodywork done. Now, all of a sudden, I've got another hefty bill that I didn't see coming with this one. So I've got 2 swanky cars, both off the road at the same time, and I'm driving around in a £2,000 Rover 400.
This car was at the NEC, so I managed to get it to the NEC, to the Classic Car Show, and it was on the GCCG stand. Caused loads of interest, lots of people came to look at it. And it's really interesting when you stood next to the car listening to what other people say.
The GCCG is the Gay Classic Car Group. We've currently got 1,400 members in the UK. We're doing a Euro tour to Germany, where all the other gay classic car clubs from around Europe will be meeting in Germany next year. It was our turn last year, and I would like to think that car will make it to Germany, either driving or on the back of a trailer, we'll see, but that's the plan, to take it to Germany in May.
Time-wise, it's ready when it's ready.
It needs to be perfect, and you've got to promise me it will never break down again.
Yeah.
OK.
Honest.
I feel passionately about this car. It's the first car that I really think I want to own forever. And that's the car I intend to be buried in. With my tiara, yeah, absolutely. I'll be buried in that car with a tiara.
In the Pickering Arrival Hall, Jack's seeing in a very rare 80s hot hatch.
Oh, that's all factory, all this?
Factory.
Is it?
100%. This car
Never seen one.
They made 500, Jack, and this is the last one. Yeah. Seriously, it's the very last one, mate. Literally 2 months from my house.
Oh, really?
But no, he had it in the garage. Did for about 3 months to give it to you lot.
Go on. You might be on some weathers. Yeah, go on, you're all right. Blimey. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Cool. Oh, 5 speed. I better get it inside, hadn't I?
The latest arrivals are all lined up in the showroom. And, making Dave go weak at the knees, the Citroen Visa GT Tonic.
Bloody hell, it's the last time I saw one of them.
Citroen Visas, where are they gone? There's hardly any in the UK. And then you get this limited edition GT version, of which I think was only about 500 made to start with. And then as life's gone on, it's become even rarer. And then to find one in the condition of that, that's had a tremendous amount of love and care and money spent on it, really is a fab little car. It's the car itself, isn't it? And the condition of the car itself and the presentation of the actual car itself, which I think is up there at the top, especially for a Citroen Visa GT. Never delved into why they fitted this. But you would think it must be something to do with wheel size, and it must be something to do with competition. Yeah. Look at that. And not only are they quite impressive, 2 great big carburetors at the top, but it's more so the condition as well of inner wing strut tops, chassis legs. It's quite a big setup there for a little car. You know, it's a biggish lump, that. And to see all the spot welds where they should be, firewall there, chassis legs, all look nice and clean and smart. In our world, you're on a rally stage and you see something coming towards you, you think, wow, that sounds fit. That sound is not coming from out of that pipe at the back, it's coming from here, where it's all being generated. And they, with that big air filter there, that will sound awesome under load, that. That will give you such a smile. When you go on to full choke and when you open that up and it's pulling, that will be, that sound will be quite addictive. It will be, yeah. I would be extremely disappointed if that didn't do really well on auction day. I think it's worth £10,000 all day long. Just an impressive little car, that. Lovely, lovely little car.
1986 Citroen Visa GT Tonic. Now, there's an unusual bit of kit. 5, 7, 5, 8, £8,000, £8,000, 85, 8,500 only. Find another one of them. Now, there is a rarity. I've got more machine, gentlemen, 8,005. Come and see us on that one, please.
A deal isn't done and the Citroen Visa is entered into the next auction with a price drop.
£7,000 then away, I'll take that 7 there, Will. 7 1/4 then we have at 7,250. 8,000 then for the Citroen Visa GT. It's the Tonic model as well. 8 1/4 down there, says David, 8,250. £8,250.
The Citroen Visa GT Tonic is snapped up by an enthusiast in Malvern who'll be putting it through its paces on the Chelsea Walsh hill climb.
People remember the 205s, they remember the Metro Turbo, they remember certainly the RS 2000s, things like that as the early 80s hot hatchbacks. It's the kind of forgotten hot hatchback, the Visa. Certainly, when I've been speaking to people, they're going, where's this coming from? What is this? I think it's almost like an Italian design sometimes. It looks a bit like a Lancia. Find another one out there. I'm sure there are some, but I don't know where they are.
Buyers tend to get a bit excited when they finally land their dream vehicle. And it's safe to say that Jim Cochrane's latest purchase has a sense of déjà vu.
So it was a car that a good friend of mine in the 80s grew up driving. He had one, he had a GT, not the Tonic, but he had the Citroen Visa GT. He was the cool kid with a cool car. And I had a chat with him over Christmas this year, and he said, are there any about? And literally a month later, found the one at Mathewsons. In Tonic version, they only made 2,000. So from those 2,000, this is a 1986 car. I don't really know how many of those are still in existence in any condition, or certainly in very good drivable condition like this is.
Thankfully, this rare French fancy has found a new home amongst some fellow expats.
Well, I've got a couple of cars, really. It's not really a collection. So the 4CV was the one I got sort of 2019. I got the Alpine a couple of years later. And then the sensible family car. And weirdly, it's another French car. It's a Peugeot 308 diesel. So I think, yeah, I've got Citroen, I've got Peugeot, and I've got Renault. Any other cars I need to start thinking about?
So you'll have any car as long as it is French?
I just find that adds to their charm, if anything. Yeah, you just need a good insurance policy and a good tow truck.
Breakdown provider.
Yeah. In fact, a couple of the guys I go to the car shows with, as we meet new guys at shows, we say, well, do you want to join our little group? I said, there's 2 provisos to be in the group. You've got to have a picture of your car in your garage at home, and you've got to have a picture of your car on a tow truck. Otherwise, you're not coming in the group.
So on your car, just tell me what's different from the box standard Visa.
So on this one, it's got these bolt-on panels, which are different from the standard Visa. It's got a couple of spoilers on the rear. It's got one on the bottom of the tailgate and one at the top. And of course, underneath the bonnet, what we've got in the engine is a very different engine. Citroen did the Visa in the GT form, which was a larger engine, and the engine itself has had some tweaks done to it by a motorsport engineering firm in Wales somewhere. So it's one of those, it's unique.
How does it make you feel driving, Jim?
Well, it makes me smile. If we're going to have to go somewhere, you might as well go in a bit of style and enjoy your ride there, because it can be so mundane and boring these days driving on the road.
I intend to keep it a while, have some fun in it, take it on some trips, get out to some shows. Maybe it might get to France. But no, I'm going to use the car as much as I can and get out there and get seen in it and let people just have a look around it and ask the same question. Where did you get that from?